Aries family, hello and welcome to your August 2024 tarot forecast. I'm Ms. Eden, and Aries, I'm so happy that you're here. How my Aries family doing? It's been a minute, so I know we haven't seen and been together for a little while. I've missed you, and I'm really happy to be back with you, Aries. This is going to be a general reading for my Aries sun, moon, and rising sign. Know that whenever you happen across this video, even if it's not after, like right after I post it, that there will be something in here for you. And so I hope that whenever you do feel that little tingle to tap and watch, that there'll be a message in here that you can take away. All right, loves. I also have an Instagram, so if you all want to check me out, the link is in my bio over there. I post things that don't always cross over to my YouTube, so feel free to keep growing the family and the community by following me over on Instagram as well, y'all. Thank the family, Aries family, so much for all your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, your shares. It really, like, I feel the love, and it really means a lot. So thank you all so much. It's really lovely to hear your voices and to grow and build this family even larger, right? So Aries, excuse me. Let's talk a little bit about the energy really quick that we're currently in, and the astrology a little bit. Before I get into your reading, I will do a longer video, hopefully getting it out, trying to wrap up all these monthly forecasts. So hopefully I'm trying to get a video going for the astrology of August, which will go into a little bit more detail, but we're going to just touch on a few of those aspects today. So the overall, like, vibe right now is that the energy and the pace is going to be picking up, Aries family. So I know you're a fire sign, like y'all do great with moving fast and, like, you know, bing bang boom. But yeah, from here through the rest of the year, I'm gonna put a little asterisk on that because we're kind of in a retrograde season, and I'll get into that in a second at this moment in time. But pretty much from here to the end of the year 2024, we will be having the energy and the pace of things pick up. The events will be happening much more rapidly. There'll be sudden changes, much more shocking shifts and changes. So it's just, again, we're experiencing a lot of shifting, big paradigm shifts as humanity and for the planet Earth as well. Some of what's factoring into that are that a lot of our outer planets, which are the larger ones, they're slower moving in their transits between the signs of the zodiac. Those, back it up, we're entering into kind of, or we've been in, we have been entering into a very unique period for us astrologically, for us as humanity. And that is partly because most of the outer planets, if not all of them, will be changing signs in a pretty condensed period of time, which does not always happen. Usually there's a little bit more space out in the timing between when these larger outer planets will change sign. So the big deal is that they're all going to be changing signs in a cosmically, universally speaking, on that kind of time scale, in a shorter, more condensed time frame. And so again, what's happening is a lot of those shifts are going to be from earth and water signs into fire and air signs. Huge paradigm shift there. Earth and water are far heavier, more about the material, physical things in front of us, whereas fire and air are much lighter, more about freedom and creativity, more about feeling and our energy, right, than like those tangible things that we have. So yeah, if you're experiencing what we call some of us like ascension symptoms, some of those symptoms can include things like more frequent headaches, body or joint aches, dizziness, ringing in the ears, more fatigue or more severe fatigue. You could have symptoms of depression or more vivid or lucid dreaming. Sorry, I got my notes over here, so I keep glancing. All of those, that's like a short list of what we, energy workers, spiritualists call like ascension symptoms. Because what's really happening is like as we're shifting from all this heavier energy into lighter, heavier earth and water into lighter air and fire, it's just a huge shift of frequency as well. So we're literally having like an upgrade in our energy fields and our frequency. And that's just, it's a very unique time. So circling back to June and July, we had a huge important conjunction between Mars and Uranus. And conjunctions are when planets aspect one another, where they kind of like play off one another. They heighten their abilities a little bit. So Mars is the planet of ego, of self, of fire, creativity, aggression, wartime. Think about Mars and Aries in Greek and Roman mythology, right? The war god, meeting up and being heightened by this energy of Uranus, which is the bringer of sudden and swift change, like groundbreaking, earth-shaking change, right? So we had that major conjunction in the middle of July, and like we saw a lot of explosive activity around that time, especially here in America, the US of A, I should be more specific. We also in June and July had 2 Capricorn full moons, which is very rare to have 2 full moons back to back in the same sign. The second of those Capricorn full moons, again, earth sign, right? Full moons representing endings, finalities, conclusions, was at the 29th degree of Capricorn, what we call the anaretic degree. And that's also, again, the final degree, excuse me, before it shifts into the next sign, which would be Aquarius. So we're, again, having this energy of wrap-ups, conclusions, finalities, right? That is all taking place at the end of June, and then the second full moon at the end of July with that anaretic degree, that 29 degrees of Capricorn. We have a retrograding season where Pluto is retrograde at this time through October. Saturn went retrograde at the end of June, followed very closely by Neptune going retrograde at the beginning of July. Now, moving forward into August, we have a beautiful opportunity for some lovely energy with a new moon in Leo on the 4th of August. So that can really lift our spirits, bring up our creativity and our creative sides, make us want to get out and seen and like heard by those, by others. So it can be a really lovely energy to work with, especially if we've been feeling a little stuck or introverted recently. On the tails of that new moon, we have Mercury going retrograde, and that'll be retrograding through both Virgo and Leo, an earth and a fire sign. Now, mark your calendars for August 19th, because that's the day of our full moon in Aquarius, an air sign. But there's a lot of interesting aspects. It's going to be a really big doozy of a day. Okay, so I'll get more hopefully into that in my August astrology forecast. But that's the energy we're all collectively working with as we are in this period, this season, and coming into August. So Aries, let's get into your reading. And if you've made it this far, Aries, and you're enjoying what you see, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and throw a like my way. Or definitely, I love the feedback and the comments. So if any of this is really hitting for you, I love to know that like what I'm picking up is providing some guidance, or is it feeling accurate for some people? I love that. So yeah, y'all, definitely it really helps the channel and helps support me. All right, wonderful Aries, here you are starting the month. Loves, like we're feeling anxious at the beginning of August. Our minds are causing us a little bit of sleepless nights, Aries. We've been here a lot before. I know it's been a minute since I've seen you, but I've done some readings for you in the past, in the spring, and I do remember that this is a general energy, and I feel I'm not an Aries, but this is definitely an energy that I've felt come around, It just kind of depends on the day. for me personally. It's like, am I gonna feel this today, or is it gonna be a good day? I'd say, how's it gonna be? So yeah, you're feeling a little stressed, a little strained in the mind, a little anxious coming into August. Maybe you have a lot of a lot on your mind, Aries. What's crossing you, the energy around you this month is all about like your happy ending, your emotional fulfillment. Are you stressing over how you're going to get here, your emotional fulfillment, Aries? Let me know. Throw some comments my way if y'all are comfortable with sharing. Always love it. Love hearing from y'all. Yeah. So again, maybe we've had some blocks. We're in a retrograde cycle. That's a period for review, reevaluation, restructuring. Anything with a re prefix is a good kind of vibe for a retrograde cycle. And so, yeah, we're just maybe a little disappointed, a little anxious that we're not here. We're not kind of at this happy ending. Maybe you're feeling like you were close to attaining this. Maybe we're hitting some delays, right? It's retrograde season, like I said. Or maybe you've been having some energies about you, beautiful Aries, of late that are not helpful. If anything, they're kind of sneaky. This is at the base of your reading for August. So have you been dealing with some energies that have been sneaky, haven't always been telling the truth, right? Definitely not sharing, taking from your mental wellness. Swords, right? 5 of Swords. So is it taking from your mental calm? What's been happening for some of my Aries? You've been having some influx, some influence into your minds that is disturbing y'all. Yeah. In the recent past, coming into August, so like this might have been recently affecting a lot of my Aries. Again, this is a general reading, so I know it might not, some of this might hit for some of y'all, some might not hit as strongly for others. But we have the Knight of Swords in the recent past. So again, a lot of mental energy, a lot of fast-moving thinking, seeking of truth, especially if there's been some sneakiness going on, right? Some sneaky behavior, some shady actions that are not, for the greater good of others, not very compassionate. Yeah, so again, it's like you have been vociferously, you know what, I don't even know right now. So you have been furiously pursuing the truth. Be careful though, Aries, again, like perhaps you're overrunning your mind a little bit too much, and that's why you're coming into August feeling like this, because you're just so focused on trying to get that understanding, that deeper awareness, that truth of what's going on that's affecting your happy ending. Yeah. There's also, this is something coming, like this could be about messages from the future, receiving a message about something for the future. This could be also work related for some of my Aries. So again, I'm thinking that whatever is affecting some of your happy, like this happy ending, it's a lot of it's relating to work, perhaps, your projects, that which you're putting your mental energy into. But you could be receiving some messages coming at you pretty quickly about something affecting your future. And I am sensing that this has to do with work. So again, I think you're just like, you're overthinking things a lot because you have these perhaps dueling energies of like a shady, distrustful kind of energy paired with these messages coming in. Or also your need for truth, your truth seeking. So just again, like if you find that that's it, like that this is representing more of like you seeking the truth, remember to slow it down and don't like run yourself right into a wall because you're so like singularly focused, right? Because it's taking a lot from you. It looks like, Aries, it's taking a lot. Money is on your mind. This is crowning your reading, the Ace of Pentacles. So we've had some delay. Again, I think a lot of this has to do with our stability and our resources. So perhaps our projects, our work, that which we do to bring ourselves stability, security. This can have to do with money, but it's about your resources, right? So when we're seeing this card in reverse, especially at crowning your reading, like, money is on your mind, but it's of like, where is this new these new ventures? Where are these new ventures? Maybe there's some concern about some new paths that you've taken with money when it comes to your security, your stability, your resources. You're a little bit like, oh, I started down a new path, and now you're like kind of double back, like thinking, oh, well, did I make the right decision? So that's really, it's again, like all of this is like at the foot of your reading, at the crown of your reading. Like, that's why you have these sleepless nights, right? It's about these shady, distrustful energies and concerns about your resources and these new beginnings that you're experiencing when it comes to your resources. Again, remember that when we start new projects, Aries, sometimes it takes a minute for us to see the payoff, especially in the 3D, like the three-dimensional, the physical realm. What happens a lot of the time, I've learned, is like, again, you have the thought, which produces the energy vibration, right? Because you're thinking about it, you're feeling it, maybe an idea or something. And then from that, it emanates out this frequency, this vibration of this idea, of this feeling, whatever it may be. And then the universe, like, kind of, it receives it. And again, the universe does not work on human time, a time scale. It works on its own unique universal time frame, which is not beholden to our instant gratification kind of 21st century living, where we're like, I need that now. You have to be patient sometimes to see the fruits of your labor. But I can see that you're having a lot of tests with that right now, Aries. There's a lot of testing in your mind about, like, did I make the right decision? Who are these energies, and what are these energies around me that are delaying my finding emotional fulfillment? And here's coming up in the future for August. Again, this is just like for August, so I'm thinking this might be mid to late August. We have the Six of Swords reversed. Again, so many swords, all about the mind, truth-seeking, mental acuity, ideas, thoughts, what we say to ourselves in here, how we treat ourselves in the mind. So normally this is about leaving, like you're leaving a tumultuous situation for calmer waters. When we see it reversed, you might have some delay with that, because again, you're hitting these other conflicting energies. And don't sweat it too much, beautiful Aries, because we are in retrograde season as well. So I personally would not advise that we execute on launching a lot of new things during this period. We wait, especially Mercury retrograde, like the old adage with it. Like, even those who don't know much about astrology are like, oh, Mercury retrograde. So, yeah, it holds a grain of truth, though, right? Where, like, it's better to use these as planning periods. Maybe you're preparing to exit something, to mentally leave something, but this can also just be like a move. Some of my Aries might be planning a physical move and might be running into some delays with that, some setbacks, some hang-ups, something that's pulling your energy back a little bit, but you're trying to, like, press forward, move forward without too many hang-ups, because you're like, this, I gotta get here, right? But right now I'm kind of stuck. I'm a little bit here. I'm a little here. So, yeah, it's just a delay. Like, those shifts are going to happen, but allow for the season of the slowdown with the retrogrades to just pause. Know that this can be great for planning and adding those extra little details that, again, like, you're ready to pull the trigger now and execute now on these things, you know what, in like a month or so, you might have learned so much more that you're like, oh, I'm really glad that I didn't execute then, because now I I have this opportunity to learn so much more, and now I'm carrying with me new knowledge and awareness that's only going to further and better myself, my path, my highest good, right? So yeah, here you are right here. Damn, like after swords, you are all about truth seeking. You're not so much focused on the emotional involvement right now. You just want to get to the bottom of everything and be like have you're like this is let me back it up. I'm trying to say a bunch at once. Aries, like, despite the anxiety that you might be feeling, you are in fact you are very strong-minded right now. Like, your mental wit and decision-making abilities are very strong. Don't doubt yourself. You've been able to detach emotionally from whatever has been trying to tie you down, bring you that anxiety, those sleepless nights. You have the ability to detach emotionally and really just be in control of your mind instead. Like, I think you're kind of starting to learn with all these big paradigm shifts, like we were talking about at the beginning, like maybe some of the stuff that my Aries are learning about, like how to start flipping that switch at their command between this and recognizing when they're in this state, and then having those tools in their toolbox to flip the switch to get here and be like, nope, I'm in control. I'm back in control of my mind. I'm not letting fear and anxiety and the unknown guide my path. I'm going to trust that everything is going to happen the way it needs to, and I'm going to stay very detached emotionally and seek only the truth, because that's the only thing that matters right now. The truth, like, you know, for y'all Aries, yeah. And damn, here you go. Everyone's seeing you, like they're seeing this new side of you, but they're seeing you a little like mentally scattered. So it's this interesting dynamic of like, I'm feeling again, like I'm almost feeling the fire within. Like, it's like one moment it's that King of Swords, one moment it's that Nine of Swords, anxiety. And people are kind of seeing that, but like, again, what people get hung up on, I'm hearing, is always the negative. They always focus in on like the negative instead of praising the positive that they see. So that's kind of where they're at. They're just like, what are you trying to do? They see you speeding along mentally, like going, you know, a million miles a minute in the mind, and they're like, what's the direction here? It's not clear to me. And you know what? It doesn't have to be clear to them yet. That's not your prerogative. That's not your prerogative. It's not your priority to appease others, but others see that you might be, perhaps also, I'm hearing, like struggling finding the truth. This might be connected to that Five of Swords energy too, whoever this others is with that reversed Ace of Swords. So again, and that can also mean just a delay, because you got a lot of, again, we're going retrograde season, you got a lot of other business going on, a delay in having that. No. I just realized something. So yeah, sometimes you got to really look at the layout. This is how it's laying in my deck. So yeah, it's reversed, but look where the sword is pointing to, Aries, for my reading. So that's the bing, 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 bing. That's when I get like the little tingle. It's like, fine, good. You got it. You got there, Eden. You got there. So it's not about not having like this is how other people see you this month, but honestly, it's pointing straight down to your King of Swords, Aries. So they're seeing you both ways, but like I said, like they focus on the negative side, but some of them are really seeing you rocking that King of Swords, like pursuit of truth and in control of your mind, right? Balance. Hopes and fears are all about your legacy. Yeah, same. Again, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Yeah, it's about you're fearful that this emotional fulfillment, this happy ending, your legacy is in jeopardy in August. Aries, it's retrograde season, and so we have to not have knee-jerk reactions. If things are shifting and changing, again, a reminder, that's the name of the game from here through the end of December. And whatever needs to shift and change, especially when it comes to our resources, and perhaps sometimes this can also mean legacies like family, you know, there's a purpose to it. All right, Aries? So know that, like, if you're struggling to be like, oh my God, I'm not hitting my emotional fulfillment, I'm not hitting my legacy, my money goals, my family goals, my, you know, like leaving that imprint like I want to, like, I think you really need to take the weight off your mind and bring yourself a little bit more balance. However that looks like, whatever kind of activities that means for my Aries fam. All right, because yeah, here we go. End message, final message for Aries. Like you're moving through a period of emotional disappointment. Okay, and what's happening is, like, you're going to move through it pretty quickly. This card has been coming up for a lot of y'all. 8 of Wands and the 5 of Cups reversed. So you're going to have a lot of fast-moving energy that's going to help you move through and release emotionally. You have a lot of, like, releasing, moving on. Disappointment, though, like, you might have experienced, again, this is like going back to those first energies we were talking about in your reading surrounding you. You might have, again, been experiencing some serious disappointment, but not everything that fell away, Aries, was bad for you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was pointing to the wrong one. One of those cups that fell over was poison. You still have 2 cups left. So I think you're realizing that a little bit. Like, again, you have ebbs and flows. One moment it's like this, one moment it's like that. Like, you're feeling good, you're feeling down. You're feeling good, you're feeling down. But, like, it's because this energy, like, we're getting so much rapid energy coming at us, but also this retrograde cycle is slowing us down. So it's like opposing forces. And it's just, especially for my Aries fam, they're balls of fiery, wonderful, beautiful energy, right? So y'all are like, how do I rock with this? How do I assimilate all of this into moving myself forward? And you know what? If there's a lot of question marks right now, that's just a symbol, that a sign, a signal that you need to slow down and quiet the mind through whatever kind of peace-bringing activities you can do. And it is in that quiet space that you will receive the insights that you so desperately are seeking. And here it is, final, kind of at bottom of the deck, final result, Temperance for my Aries this month. Balance. Look, your angels, your guides, the universe, your ancestors are trying to tell you, Aries, that it's all about balance this month. With everything that you're going through, you're going to find the answers you're looking for in taking a pause, bringing yourself stillness in a place that's brings you joy and restores your balance. All right, loves? Definitely come back and let me know, like mid-month, end of the month, check this video out again, see how things are hitting and resonating for y'all, and throw some comments my way, because I love the feedback and love hearing how are these things playing out in my beautiful Aries lives. All right? Have a beautiful August, Aries family. Sending y'all much love.